Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Hope you all fine. Lecture for grade 8, subject chemistry, chapter number 1, lecture number 5, and here is Mrs. Saira Jamal. Topic which we are going to discuss today is about the empirical formula and molecular formula. But before going into the detail, we must know about what is meant by the chemical formula. What is chemical formula? The symbolical representation of all the atoms of elements present in a compound is called chemical formula, or the set of chemical symbols showing the elements present in a compound and their relative proportion is called chemical formula. All the atoms of an element, suppose water H2O. H2O is the molecular formula of water. How many atoms of element hydrogen are present in water? Two atoms of element hydrogen are present and one atom of element oxygen is present. What is the proportion? What is the relative proportion of hydrogen? Relative means as compared to hydrogen, what is the ratio of oxygen? And as compared to oxygen, what is the ratio of hydrogen? So the relative proportion of hydrogen and oxygen in water is 2:1. There are several types of chemical formula: empirical formula, molecular formula, which is also called true formula, structural formula, condensed formula, displayed formula, skeletal formula. There are many types of chemical formula, but here we will learn about empirical formula and molecular formula. The first one is empirical formula. Empirical means from experiment or from experience. It means these formulas we get from experiment. After performing experiment, we get the empirical formula of a compound. So empirical means from experiment or from experience. The chemical formula that gives the simplest whole number ratio of atoms of each element in a compound. Each element present in the molecule of a compound is called empirical formula. Empirical formula gives us the simplest whole number ratio of atoms of each element in a compound. How we obtain empirical formula? I told you from name. Empirical means from experiment. So it is obtained by elemental analysis or by experimental analysis. Which type of experiment? What is the main experiment? It is called combustion analysis. Combustion analysis is an experiment or a process by which we can find out the elements or the empirical formula of a compound. This is the apparatus for the combustion analysis through which we can find out the empirical formula of a compound. Third is it is used for both ionic and molecular compounds. Ionic compounds are made up of ions and molecular compounds are made up of molecules. So both molecular compounds and ionic compounds, they have empirical formula. Ionic compounds are made from ions while covalent compounds are made from molecules. About the molecular compounds we already discussed in our previous lecture. In this image, you can see that this is the structure of sodium chloride, which is an ionic compound, and sodium chloride is made up of sodium ion and chloride. And you can see there are many sodium ions and chloride ions, but they are repeating. It means sodium ions is repeating. All the yellow balls are of sodium ions, and chloride ions are also repeating because all the green balls are for the chloride ion. This is for the molecular compound. I told you the molecular compound. Suppose this is water molecule and the water molecular compound, it is made up of water molecule, one molecule, two, four, six or eight water molecules. They combine together and they form molecular compound. So the smallest particle of molecular compound is a molecule and the smallest component of the ionic compound are ions. We have hydrogen peroxide. In hydrogen peroxide, the ratio of hydrogen in oxygen is one hydrogen and one oxygen, so it is 1:1. Empirical formula is HO or OH. What is the atomic mass of hydrogen? 1. What is the atomic mass of 16? Atomic mass, you learned in your previous classes that the sum of number of protons and number of neutrons present in the nucleus of an atom is called its atomic mass. So atomic mass of oxygen is 16 and atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. By adding the atomic masses, the answer is 17 atomic mass unit. It means that the mass of hydrogen peroxide is 17 AMU. But later it was shown that the actual mass of hydrogen peroxide is not 17 AMU, it is 34 AMU. So from there, 34 AMU means that this is not the actual formula of hydrogen peroxide. Actual formula of hydrogen peroxide is different because the total mass of hydrogen peroxide comes 34 AMU. So to find it out, the scientists they multiply that 17 by 1 and then 17 by 2 and then by 3 and 4, and the actual answer and the correct answer which they got is 34 AMU by multiplying 17. When they multiply 17 by 2, it gave 34 AMU. It means that the correct formula of or the actual formula of hydrogen peroxide is H2O2, not HO. HO is the empirical formula because it does not tell us about the exact mass of hydrogen peroxide. The exact mass of hydrogen peroxide is 34 AMU, and this formula is related to that mass. H2O2 is the molecular formula of hydrogen peroxide and HO is the empirical formula which just gave us the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen in it. So in order to find out the molecular formula, what we will do, we will multiply N by the empirical formula. Multiply N by the empirical formula will give us the actual mass or the molecular formula of a compound. The actual formula of hydrogen peroxide is H2O2, not HO. Second example is acetic acid, CH3COOH. How many carbons are there? Two carbon atoms. How many? Hydrogen 3 plus 1, 4 hydrogen atom. And how many oxygen? Two oxygen atom. So we have two hydrogen, two carbon, four hydrogen, and two oxygen. HCF. If we will find out the HCF of these, HCF of 2, 4, and 2 is 2. It means that or if we divide 2 by 2, 4 by 2, and 2 by 2, it will give us the answer. 2 by 2 will give us 1, 4 by 2, 2, and 2 by 2, 1. So it means the answer is C1H2O1. So the empirical formula of acetic acid is CH2O, because we can simplify it further. 2 divided by 2, 4 divided by 2, and 2 divided by 2 will give us 1, 2, and 1, which give us the empirical formula of a compound. So from the molecular formula, we can find out the empirical formula of a compound. Empirical formula give us the ratio of all the atoms of an element present in a compound, while molecular formula tell us about the actual number of all the atoms present in a compound. We have another example of water. Water has H2O, 2 and 1, HCF of 2, 1 is 1. And if we divide 2 by 1, it will give 2, and 1 by 1 will also give us 1. It means that the empirical formula and molecular formula is same. H2O is the empirical formula as well as the molecular formula of water. It means that there are some compounds whose empirical formula and molecular formulas are same because they are already in their simplified form and we cannot simplify them further. Second type of formula is molecular formula. Molecular formula is also called true formula or actual formula. The formula which gives the actual whole number ratio of all the atoms of each element present in a compound, and it is obtained by multiplying n with empirical formula. Molecular formula is equal to n multiply empirical formula. As in previous case I told you Empirical formula of hydrogen peroxide is OH. If we multiply OH by 2, it will give us H2O2, which is the molecular formula of hydrogen peroxide. So molecular formula we can get by multiplying N may be any number with the empirical formula. So it will give us the molecular formula. How can we find out N? There is a formula for finding out N. N is equal to molecular mass divided by empirical formula mass. Find out the molecular mass and also find out the formula mass, empirical formula mass. Molecular mass, you know, the sum of atomic masses of all the atoms present in a molecule will give us the molecular mass, and the sum of all the atoms present in the empirical formula of a compound is called empirical formula mass. Find out the masses, and when we divide them, we will get a whole number. And when we multiply that whole number with empirical formula, it will give us the molecular formula. Empirical formula I told you we use for ionic compound and for molecular compound, but the molecular formula we cannot use for ionic compound because ionic compound they never form molecule, and molecular formula we use only for the molecular compound. So these are the differences between the empirical formula and the molecular formula. Empirical formula for compound is the chemical formula that gives the simplest whole number ratio of atoms of each element. Whole number, the number will be in whole number. The whole number you know starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, so on, they are called whole numbers. For example, in compound hydrogen peroxide, I told you there is one hydrogen and one oxygen. So the simplest ratio of hydrogen to oxygen is 1:1. So empirical formula of hydrogen peroxide is HO. The simplest ratio between carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen atom in glucose is 1:2:1. So what is the empirical formula of glucose? Empirical formula is C1H2O1. Molecular formula. A molecular formula gives the actual whole number ratio of atoms of each element present in a compound. This was the ratio 1:2 ratio, which we will get after simplifying 6, 12, 6. 6 divided by 6. So if we find out the HCF of 6 12, 6, it will be 6. So 6 divided by 6 is 1. 12 divided by 6 is 2. And 6 divided by 6 is 1. So 1:2:1 is the ratio of the glucose, of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen in glucose. So this is the simplest formula of glucose. Empirical formula is 1:1, and actual formula of glucose is C6H12O6. An empirical formula shows the simplest number of atoms of each element in a compound, while molecular formula shows the actual number of atoms present in a compound. Benzene is a compound and its formula is C6H6. This is the actual number of atoms present in a compound, but CH is a ratio, means 6 divided by 6, 1. H is 6 divided by 6, 1. So if we write it in the simplified form is C1H1, which is the empirical formula of benzene, and C6H6 is the molecular formula of benzene. Molecular formula for water and carbon dioxide are respectively. What are empirical formula of these compound? I told you H2O1 is already in simplified form. Oxygen is already in the simplified form. Here carbon is already 1 in the simplest form. We cannot simplify them further. So H2O and CO2 are the molecular as well as the empirical formulas of carbon dioxide and water. Molecular formula of benzene is C6H6. C6, carbon R6, hydrogen R6. If we divide them, so they will give us answer 6 ones are 6 and 6 ones are 6. So this is the simplified form of this ratio. So empirical formula of benzene is CH. Sorry, overhead, it is mentioned wrong. This is CHC1 and H1. Molecular formula of glucose is C6H12O6. How many carbons? 6 carbon, 12 hydrogen, 6 oxygens. So if we multiply, if we divide it, so 6 ones are 6, 6 twos are 12, and 6 ones are 6. So empirical formula of glucose is 1 carbon, 2 hydrogens, and 1 oxygen. So CH2O is the simplest form of the glucose, and it is called the empirical formula of glucose. Compound having same molecular empirical formula. I told you there are some compounds which are already in their simplified form. 2:1. Oxygen is already in the simplest form. We cannot simplify it further. So empirical formula of water is H2O, and also molecular formula is H2O. Similarly, for carbon dioxide, ammonia, methane, sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, in all these cases, you can see that carbon is already simplified form: 1 nitrogen, 1 carbon, 1 sulfur, 1 carbon, 1. So they are already in their simplified form. So these are empirical as well as molecular formula of these compounds. Next topic is about the molecular mass and formula mass. Molecular mass is the sum of atomic masses of all the atoms present in a molecule. So sum of atomic masses of all the atoms present in a molecule. What is atomic mass? I told you atomic mass is the sum of all the atoms present in a molecule. The sum of masses of or atomic masses of all the atoms present in a molecule is called atomic mass. Sorry, molecular mass. So molecular mass of suppose we have an example of water, and we have to find out the molecular mass of water. So what we will use, we have a formula: number of atoms of first element in chemical formula, number of atom of first element in chemical formula. First atom is hydrogen, and how many atoms of hydrogen are there? 2. So number of atoms of first element in chemical formula, they are 2. The first element atoms are 2. Multiply it by atomic mass of this first element. Atomic mass of this first element hydrogen is your atomic mass of this first element, plus number of atoms of second element in chemical formula. Second element is oxygen, and how many atoms of second elements are there? Only 1. So no need to write 1. Multiply it by atomic mass of this second element. We will multiply it by the atomic mass of second element, which is oxygen. So now we will write the atomic masses from the periodic table. What is the atomic mass of hydrogen? Atomic mass of hydrogen, you can see 1.008 in periodic table. As I told you in my previous lecture, the upper one is atomic number, which is small number, and the lower number is the mass number or atomic mass, which is the represented by the capital A, upper one by capital Z. So what is the atomic mass of hydrogen? 1.008. And what is the atomic mass of oxygen? 15.99, and by rounding it we can also take it 16. By putting from periodic table the atomic mass of hydrogen, which is 1.008, and atomic mass of oxygen is 16. First multiply 2 by 1.008, so 2 ones are 2, then 0 to 8 is 16. So 2.016 is the answer by multiplication of 1.008 by 2, and then by adding 16 with it, 18.016 ANU is the molecular mass of water. Determine the example 1.2 is determining molecular mass. There are two examples. Determine the molecular mass of glucose, which is also known as blood sugar because it is present in blood. And second is determine the molecular mass of naphthalene, which is used in mothballs. In mothballs, because it is disinfectant, so to kill the insects, we are using naphthalene, and germicide also. We use naphthalene, or also called mothballs. So solution is, first we will find out the part 1, which is the molecular mass of glucose. If you follow the formula, number of atoms of the first element, they are 6. Multiply it by the atomic mass of the first element, which is 12. From periodic table, it is 12. Plus number of atoms of the second element, 12. Multiply by the atomic mass of the second element, which is 1.008, plus number of atoms of the third element, which is 6, multiply by the atomic mass of the third element, which is 16. After multiplying these numbers and then by addition, we will get 180.096 AMU, which is the molecular mass of glucose. Another example is the molecular mass of decane. So you can say we have 10 carbon and naphthalene, naphthalene, which have 10 carbon and 8 hydrogen atoms. Number of atoms of the first element, which are 10, multiplied by the atomic mass of first element, 12. Number of atoms of the second element is 8, multiplied by the atomic mass of the second element, which is 1. So after multiplying and addition, you will get 128 atomic mass unit, which is the molecular mass of naphthalene. Empirical formula mass, the term molecular mass is used for molecular compound because I told you molecular compounds, the smallest unit is molecule, and molecular formula we use for molecular compound. So definitely the molecular mass we will use for molecular compound. Whereas the formula mass is for ionic compound. I told you ionic compound, they never form molecule. They always exist in the form of ions. So we will not use the term molecular formula or molecular mass for ionic compound. For ionic compound, we will use only formula mass. Ionic compound consists of arrays of positively charged ions rather than separate molecules. They have charged ions, no molecules, so we represent an ionic compound by its formula unit. As I told you, many sodium ions and many chloride ions are present in sodium chloride, but we will not write it giant molecular formula. We will just give them a simplest formula, which is NaCl. NaCl is the simplest formula for ionic compound, and that is its empirical formula, not the molecular formula. A formula unit indicate the simplest ratio between cation and anion in an ionic compound. For example, the common salt consists of sodium and chloride ion. It has one sodium ion for every chloride ion. So formula unit for common salt is NaC. Instead of writing that it has many sodium ion and many chloride ions, and we will write and count them, so that is very difficult. So the easiest way is, as for every sodium ion there is one chloride ion, and it is understood that when we will simplify it, we will get Na1 and Cl1. So we will write it in the simplest form, that is NaCl. So what is formula means? The sum of atomic masses of all the atoms in the formula unit of a substance is called formula mass. All the atoms in the atoms in the formula unit, because formula mass. Why we didn't use ions here? Because the giant covalent compounds, they are in the molecular form, but still we use the formula unit for them because they have thousands of ions, thousands of atoms over there, so it is not possible for us to count them. So the easiest way, we write the simplest form, and then that simplest form is called empirical formula, and their mass we will call it formula mass. And their simplest unit is formula unit, not ion, not molecule. Simplest unit is formula unit. So we say many formula units combine together and then they form ionic compound, or many formula units they combine together and then they form giant covalent compounds. Ionic compounds are made up of ions, while molecular compounds are made up of molecules. I told you this. Sodium chloride, you can see there are many sodium ions and chloride ions. So instead of counting them and writing the conjunction, this is understood that they have sodium ion. For each sodium ion, there is one chloride ion. So we will write this in the ratio form or in simplest form. NaCl means for each Na there is one chloride ion. It is the empirical formula of sodium chloride, and when we add the masses of sodium and chloride ion, that mass is called formula mass, not empirical form. Formula mass, not molecular mass. This is the molecular compounds that are made up of molecules. Example, determining formula mass of sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is also called table salt or common salt, and used to flavor food, preserve meat, and in preparation of large number of compounds. Determine its formula mass. Formula mass determination is same like the molecular mass. In calculation there is no difference. Sum of atomic masses of all the atoms present in a molecule is called molecular mass, and same sum of all the atomic masses of all the atoms present in the formula unit or in an ionic compound is called the formula mass. It means the method of finding out the formula mass or molecular mass is totally same. Sodium means the number of atoms of the first element, 1, multiplied by the atomic mass of the first element, plus number of the atoms of second element, again 1, multiplied by the atomic mass of fluorine. Atomic mass of fluorine for periodic table is 35.5. Atomic mass of sodium is 23. By adding and by addition and multiplication, you will get 58.5 AMU. 58.5 atomic mass unit is the formula mass of sodium chloride. Second example is magnesium hydroxide. It is again an ionic compound. So 24 is the mass of magnesium. There are two, this two mean that there are two oxygen and two hydrogen atoms. So 2 multiplied by 60 and 2 multiplied by hydrogen, 24, 60 into 2, 32, and 2 into 1, 2. But after adding all these values, we will get 58 atomic mass unit, which is the formula mass of magnesium hydroxide. This is the periodic table, and 118 elements are present here. I told you in the periodic table you can easily find out the upper value. The upper value is the atomic number, which is small value, and the lower value is the atomic mass, which is a bigger value. So to find out the atomic mass, atomic molecular mass or formula masses, we have to use this big value, the lower value. Assignment for today is do self-assessment exercises 1.2, 1.3, and 1.4 in your notebooks. Hope you understand the lecture. Thank you.